can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming up in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Can't you feel something in the air? Can't you feel something blowing in the air? Bob Marley would have said there's a mystic blowing in the air. And I feel there's something blowing in the air that all Swazis should be feeling right now. They should feel it. Although you can't see it, you have to feel it. And it is very important that you feel it, because there's something in the air. Something is brewing, and it has to brew now and grow from there onwards. It doesn't have to stop. Really, it doesn't have to stop. It has to grow on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Say that something good is going to come out of it, and we are going to have a new Swaziland. Everyone will have a new Swaziland where everyone is free to do whatever they can, and whenever they can, and whenever they want to. This is what I feel, and this is what I see from everything that is happening around Swaziland. I feel like that. There are some people who think that Christmas is more important than their freedom. That says a lot about your value system. That says a lot about how you select the things that you value in life. If you think Christmas is more important than your freedom, then your value system is so messed up. Your priorities are so mixed up, and you need to rethink yourself as a person. You need to have a complete re-examination of who you are. Because I think freedom is more important than anything else, and you have to look at it. Everyone in Swaziland has to look at it like that. This is a time to... The fight has already been begun by these kids in schools, by these isolated communities who are fighting the police every day, by these isolated communities who are sleeping in the forest every day, by these ladies who refuse to sign consent forms, by these leaders meeting and trying to forge ahead as a unit, as one single unit, and then by everyone deciding that it is time. The unwritten decision that it is time to start going on forward and non-stop, that Christmas might not be here in Swaziland this year, is suspended or postponed or cancelled, whichever way you put it. Christmas is not there. Because if you want to skip what is happening now for Christmas, because you are deciding to have Christmas, then you really don't know what is good for you. You really don't know what is valuable, what is paramount, what is significant for the nation of Swaziland at the moment. What is important right now is your freedom, and you need to start fighting for it right now. The fight has already been begun, and I applaud the small kids, the pupils, the students in schools, the students in these institutions of higher learning. We have already begun the fight for you, and it is just left for you to continue without fear, fearlessly, with a lot of bravado. You have to forge ahead and fight and continue fighting. This is We Africa. Please subscribe to the channel if it is your first time to be at the channel. Subscribe to the channel, please. If it is your first time here, please do subscribe, and do share this video with your friends and family, and your fellow students, and your fellow workmates, and those soldiers who are willing to abandon post right now, who are willing to mutiny. Because our appeal right now, or the appeal of all Swaziland, should be that soldiers who want to be on the side of freedom, on the side of democracy, should be mutinying right now against the king of Swaziland. They should be throwing down their arms or giving their arms to the opposite camp, which is fighting for pro-democracy. Only that way can be exonerated of all the ills that they have done. They should start doing so now, so that they are exonerated, rather they are purified of all the ills that they have done, because they have chosen, because they were doing those things under command. And there's nothing in an army which is more important than a command, and we understand that. But there's still time. You can reverse that right now. Throw your arms down and join the pro-democracy, or rather join them with your arms and start fighting against Mswati, because that plane, that jet is only it has got about, it can only house 277 people. I don't think it includes the soldiers and policemen. When Mswati is running away, he won't run away with the soldiers, he won't run away with the policemen. It will be him and his family and his immediate relatives running away to wherever, because those people are rich. Maybe they've bought an island somewhere. Someone is telling me that they've bought an island somewhere. So he will be seeking refuge there in an island, and is going to spend the Swazi money there for the rest of his life. But what about you? A poor policeman, a poor soldier, a poor supporter of the system that is so corrupt and so rotten and so oppressive. Where will you be when Mswati runs away? He will definitely run away, because he's so stubborn. He doesn't want negotiation. For sure that he doesn't like negotiation. No negotiation, no dialogue. For him, he will fight to the bitter end. And that jet is waiting to pick him up, so that him and his children, his 32 kids, he won't worry about the cars that he's buying. I'm told that he bought about 32 cars for his children, 32 Corollas for his children. But when he's running away, he won't think about that. He will not. The fact that he's buying cars for it means that he wants to stay. He thinks that he's going to be there for a long time. I think this is a wrong. He is misreading the situation. He's failing to read the situation correctly. People are ready and people are fighting. And he's going to be defeated very soon. Gauzela was saying it won't take more than 3 days. And he was right. If people are correctly and truly and really intensively mobilized, it maybe one day the whole country of Swaziland, it's a small 18,000 square meters, it will be in flames. Most of the things of Mswati will be on fire. 1.2, 1.3 million people setting ablaze the land space of about 18,000 square meters. That, where is he going to hide from 1.3 million people? Mswati will only run away or fly away to seek refuge somewhere. We don't know what his plans are. Some people are saying he's already picking things up. He's already taking stuff so that he can run away. What about you, the policeman? What about you, the soldier? Surely you are going to be left behind. Then you are tried for his crimes, for Mswati's crimes. And yet Mswati was the one who was sending you out. Maybe for peanuts. How much are you getting from him? Under the government of democracy, under the democratic government, you can be included. If you decide to be included right now, you will be included. Because everyone will realize that, of course, you were working, you were just performing your duty. But this is our last appeal to you. We are appealing to you to mutiny right now, turn against the people who give you orders, and maybe hit on those who give you orders, starting from now. As soon as the revolution is ablaze, please turn against your masters. Turn against those who are giving you orders. And you'll see that the revolution won't take long. And people will notice that you have turned against those who were giving you orders. And you will be credited for that in the new dispensation. You get your fair share of what will be shared after Mswati is gone. Wouldn't that be beautiful? You are telling me that Mswati has bought an island for soldiers somewhere, or an island for policemen somewhere. That has not happened. And that will not happen. You are going to be abandoned he's going to throw you down like a hot brick, or like a used tissue when he runs away. He won't even look back to look for my soldiers and what. After all, he doesn't even trust you. He hires mercenaries when he thinks his life is in danger. He hires people from outside to defend himself because he doesn't trust you. So you just have to live up to what he thinks. Self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what he thinks, and you have to fulfill that. He thinks that you are not loyal. So why should you be loyal to a man who doubts your loyalty? Just run away from him. Forsake him and leave him. And you make this revolution very easy, and not a lot of blood will be shed because of your participation, because of your involvement, and because of your switching sides. Just switch sides and see how simple this is going to be. Maybe you say I'm asking you to have a coup. I'm not asking for that. No, I'm not. I'm just asking you to join the people, because this revolution has already started. Just join the people. And we are not asking any commanders to to really stand up and start fighting Mswati. But maybe Mswati himself, even if the soldiers fight against him and take over from him, I don't think it will be regarded as a coup, because the system in Swaziland there's no government there. It will be just replacing a guy with a soldier, or a guy with a soldier who wants a transitional government, and it won't be called a coup, because the system in Swaziland is just a one-man show, a one-man government, and that is not democracy. You are not overthrowing democracy. And I don't think that will be regarded as a coup. It won't. It will be a soft coup. A coup which is not a coup, actually. Especially if that is going to lead to a transitional government where people are going to vote and choose their leader. Please, I'm appealing to you, soldiers and police and all the other supporting security staff. Abandon this guy. He doesn't care about you at all. He doesn't. And he won't care about you at all. He will never care about you. You are just the pawns in a game that he's playing. You are just pieces of chess that he doesn't even care about. If the pro-democracy leaders want to be involved, want to take charge, want to be part of this revolution, I think they need to take charge now. They need to get involved right now, because if they are not involved already, this revolution is going to leave them as spectators to a revolution that people have just started into, run it to the last minute, and these leaders are going just to watch it happening. If they are so afraid, they are so scared of Mswati, say that they don't want to get involved and make serious arrangements to make sure that people start fighting now, then the revolution is just going to leave them stand aside. I understand that there are some leaders who have been already instigating that the revolution should start now, and I really appreciate that. That is very important. It has to start now. There is no other best time for it. And I know Gauzela has been talking out for ground zero, like if we start, it has to end with everything really having worked out against Mswati, and it will happen in 3 days. I believe that it is a game of numbers, and Mswati doesn't have numbers at all. The numbers from Mswati are so limited right now. Even those people who seem to be on his side will eventually work against him, because there's no future in a monarchy. There's no future in an archaic monarchy that exists only in Swaziland, and has long been defeated in many other countries. How can you have a future of a dinosaur like that? Of an archaic system, an ancient system that doesn't exist anywhere else except in Swaziland? Why would you even try to protect it? And who will protect it? I know Americans. I know America really loves Mswati for the very thing that, for the very reason that he is maybe in this connections with Taiwan, and Taiwan against China, and China against the USA. That Mswati is the only person who has got diplomatic ties with the Taiwan, and is the only country in Africa which doesn't have any diplomatic ties with China. And the Americans will protect that. That's why the Americans will let any number of people, whatever number of people, be killed in Swaziland, and they never say anything. You took a petition to their embassy there, and what did they say? What was the outcome? If it was Zimbabwe, only one person being locked up, there will be an outcry. And in Britain, there will be a discussion in the House of Commons. Right now, how many people have been killed in Swaziland, and what are they saying? What have they said about it? Nothing. Which means when you are fighting Mswati, you are fighting against someone who has got the support of both Britain and America. Mswati himself has got 2 superpowers behind him. So this fight should be very, very strong fight. You should fight very bitterly and very strong, with passion and with a proper strategic organization. Otherwise, Mswati knows that he is comfortable. You might be wondering, why does he feel so comfortable? Because the America is behind him. There was a time when the ambassador of America blamed him for overspending, but that was only for overspending. When he started killing people, he wasn't blamed at all by the American embassy in Swaziland. There was no blame laid for him. And even after he'd killed so many people, did you hear America issuing out a word or anything against the abuse of human rights? Nothing. But in Zimbabwe right now, you discover that no one has been killed in Zimbabwe in the past 6 months. But there's an outcry against human rights abuse. What's the difference? Does it mean that the people in Zimbabwe are more important and are more special and are more human than the people in Swaziland? Why are they not saying anything in Swaziland, where the king is abusing human rights and abusing the rights of kids, of students, day in, day out, and they are not saying anything against it? They support a system that is so archaic because it favors them, because of other political reasons. Do they even care about human rights? Do they even care about human life if they behave like that? Can they see what is happening in Swaziland right now? That people are getting killed. That they are pro-democracy leaders there who are in jail, who have been in jail for more than how many days? For more than 130 days now. What are they saying about it? They think there's justification in them being incarcerated the way they are incarcerated. And do they see any justification in the court system that Mswati is using to try and punish these people? And they are quiet. And they will always be quiet because they support Mswati. You make no mistake about that. And there's no ambiguity. The Americans support Mswati. So do the British. I don't know about the other people like the French and Italians and what, but the British and Americans support Mswati. They are fully behind him. And they think that maybe the culture or what they always enjoy, because they want to come to Africa to look at people and look at people they are looking at things. They think all this will collapse with the collapsing of a monarchy. That's another reason, but that is the feeble reason. That is not even important to them as the fact that they don't want the system, or rather Swaziland to fall into the hands of people who might end up having diplomatic ties with China, when they have a system that is already there, that is already in place, that has got diplomatic ties with Taiwan, which is their friend, which is clearly their friend. It is an open secret that America and Taiwan have got very serious relationships. They've got strong ties that can even lead to America fighting China in a serious war that might lead even to the Third World War. So you are on your own. Be organized, be united, be very united. We see that you have united, and I have to warn the Swaz people from dividing the leaders who are united. Why do you have to emphasize the difference sometimes that exists between the leaders? They say, Zweli Martin, are you listening to Gwazela? Zweli Martin, this and that. Zweli Martin has got a right to say whatever I say. If you are building a democratic institution or a democratic situation, then you should allow people to say what they think, and you don't have to tie it around their necks. Just because in a democratic system, people have got to say what they think, and Zweli Martin has got that right to air out what he thinks. And what is wrong with that? Do you have to hammer it and you make sure that you are always re-emphasizing it and amplifying it, making sure that you divide Zweli Martin from Gauzela, or Zweli Martin from all the other leaders, or Gauzela from all the other leaders? Just learn to support the system and not divide your leaders. I can see some of you unintentionally doing that and unequivocally doing that. You are doing that and you are not helping. If you really work on that and do that, you think you are being smart. No, you don't have to support Gauzela like he's a religious system or it's Jesus. No, Gauzela can make mistakes. He's a very good leader, but he can be criticized in a democratic institution. You allow him to be criticized and then make sure that you don't take that personally. Don't take it personally when a leader is being criticized by someone. Just listen and move forward to the most important thing, which is unity and fighting against a system that is so oppressive. That aside, let us talk now about Mswati's cow. They said the cow that usually has sex with his runaway. This is his wife number 17. His runaway. His cow, the cow that he normally has sex with, It's run away, and maybe someone has taken it. Maybe one of the pro-democracy leaders is already claiming it. That would be funny, really. Oh, they are not ritualists, they are not cultists like Mswati. I'm just making a joke here. But I'm told that has happened, and maybe most of the juju that he's trying to use is not working anymore, or might not work anymore, or has never worked, but it's a system that he has already used, he has always used, and to his advantage, but it's no longer going to work because there's something in the air, something is brewing. God is changing the system in Swaziland. It is God himself who is involved, and nothing would fail if God is involved. Nothing will fail. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel, and thank you to the students. I know schools are going to be closed now, but they will be opened again. If this revolution, your adults fail to carry forward the revolution, as soon as they're closed, on the first day, start all over again, lead like you've been leading. But even at home, you can participate. I know you are not as powerful as you are when you're at school, because you'll be fragmented. You will be isolated from the people that you know that you can work with. But you can support your parents. You can support those people who are fighting against the injustice, and make sure you participate fully. But if this doesn't happen, like I feel it's starting to happen now, like you've already started it, and it won't happen until you open school, then reignite it again when you open school, whatever time you open school. Because I have realized that students are very powerful. They can carry this revolution forward. Some people are afraid of going to jail, but students see it as an adventure. They see it as part of life that they can even enjoy. Funny enough, I don't think they care about going to jail. They see it as a thing that will give them some heroism, make heroes out of them, which is true. This is where it starts when you want to become a leader in future. It has to start now. You have to lead even now. It's an adventure for most students. They don't care about being arrested and what. It brings glory to them, unlike all the other leaders who are running away and scampering away, and who are cowering away and having their tails between their legs whenever things become tough. I think those people, those leaders who are incarcerated, because they really send a word and say they support the king, they support his kingship, but they want it not to be involved in politics. They want a king who is just a king who is just a king who doesn't really partake in politics. I know that the king is afraid that if he totally is using the court system to make sure that they stay in jail, and he's trying to make sure that they are always there, because he's scared of these leaders. These leaders are very powerful, which is why, because they've got a strong conviction on what they're doing, which is why they are in jail, because they are not scared. They are not afraid. And he's scared of them. He doesn't want them out, because he feels that if they are out, then they'll start planning and mapping out the struggle, and he will be defeated because of their influence and involvement. He doesn't want, the court system won't release these leaders, I'm telling you. They are just like February, January, this and that, 21 January, then March, what. He will keep on delaying the inevitable, because there is very little evidence against them. He wants them chained. And I'm urging them to be brave. Just continue to really be brave. You will be out. And I want people to, I really would urge and advise people to start the revolution now, up until the whole first decision should be the Swazi ground zero period, where they will ground everything owned by Mswati. Don't attack private infrastructure or private assets. People who have worked hard to establish, or rather really build up their empires, don't attack that. Only attack the king's assets. That is if he has any, because those assets in the end, you might discover that they also belong to the people. They belong to Swaziland. He doesn't have anything. But please don't attack people's cars, schools, what. There are a lot of things that are owned by Mswati that you can attack. And also attack the kings who are part of Tinkuja, the chiefs, The chiefs, if you attack the chiefs, you are attacking the very core of the system that he uses to exploit the people. The Tinkuya is the system that is used to exploit and make sure that people are always oppressed, and they will stay oppressed by those chiefs who are paid, paid to monitor, paid to look at, and paid to investigate, paid to suppress the people. Once you attack that, you can start with that. I think people can start with that. Then move on to other things. Thank you very much. This is We Africa. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for listening to the video, for share this information with your friends. Please share it. Don't stop sharing. This is very important. The revolution starts now, please. It starts right now. This revolution starts now. If you wait for it to start it another time, you have failed. Please, the revolution starts now, and it should start with you. You must not wait for people to be involved. Get involved yourself. Even the leaders. Some of the leaders don't want to come into the limelight. They are afraid of being arrested. If you look at the history for many of these freedom fighters in neighboring countries, many of these armed struggles, or many of these struggles, most of the leaders went through jail. They were in prison for 5 years, 10 years. There is no way you can lead without really getting bruises from the system that you're fighting against. There's no way, no real way you have to be caught sometimes, get in prison. It makes a hero out of you. All these things that these incarcerated leaders are. They are heroes now. They are truly heroes because they are not scared of getting incarcerated. Some leaders would just scamper away and hide away. Those are really who like bravado. Oh, thank you very much, please. Thank you.